Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing all of my recommendations for this spring Pat McGrath sale. She's giving us 30% off. So now is the time to stock up on anything that you've been waiting for a deal, waiting for a saving on. Here are my top 10 recommendations if you're shopping the Pat McGrath spring sale. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm always telling you guys, don't ever pay full price for permanent makeup, and that's never been truer for a brand than Pat McGrath. They have sales frequently every few months, and typically they do exclude the latest collection as they have done this time, so you can't shop the bronze collection. That's excluded from the sale, but they will have another sale in a few months time and probably the bronzes will be in there because something is being released. Now we've got the blush sticks coming up, so those will be excluded from the next sale, but hopefully we'll be able to shop the bronzers at a discount in that next sale as something new has come along. But there are many savings to be had. You never need to pay full price for Pat McGrath, especially if it's permanent makeup, because there's always a really good discount coming right around the corner. So my first recommendation is Mothership X. You guys know I go on about her all of the time. It's the eyeshadow palette I have on my peepers today. It's my favourite eyeshadow palette of all time, but it's certainly my favourite from Pat McGrath. If you are wanting to buy a Mothership, now's the time to do that. Saving 30%, that's a big hefty wallop. Never pay full price. Never pay full price for a Mothership. They're so expensive and I feel like they're totally worth it. They're amazing. You get so much use out of them. Pick your favorite color story. Don't pay full price for it. Wait for the sale. This is my absolute favorite. She's stunning. Some of the shadows in here, I mean, this one that I have on my lids today, it's my favorite shadow of all time. It's just the perfect, stunning little number, but the combos in here, you've just got something for every occasion. It's also very wearable. Some of these mattes are much more neutral than they look in the pan, and you've got some really nice, more like quiet neutral lid shades as well. So yeah, beautiful palette, very, very versatile. I've got so much joy out of mine. If you can save 30% off on it, then even better. Next up, her mascaras. I don't have either of her mascaras in stock at the moment because they aren't my top spot holy grail mascaras, but they are like, I don't know, fourth and fifth probably on my list of all-time overall best favorite mascaras. They are right up there. And the Dark Star mascara, that's my favorite one of her two mascaras. It's the full fat, proper voluminous mega lash mascara that I used to love a few years ago. If you like Lancome's Monsieur Big and you want to try something new, that mascara is amazing. It's full fake voluminous looking lashes for days. Such a good mascara. If you've wanted to try it, now's the time because you're going to get a bargain. I think that's also, there's an extra discount on that. If I can find any extra little discount codes, there's always one like lurking about there. I'm always getting messages from you guys saying, oh, you can apply this extra discount on top. If you guys know of any extra discount codes to try, drop them in the comment section. I will pin a comment with any that we can find. Any and all extra discounts, yes please. Now, as I said, the bronzers are excluded from the sale, but the blushes are not. This is Desert Orchid and it's my favorite from Pat McGrath. It's the more luminous finish blush and it's just your perfect everyday blush. You're going to get a lot of use out of these. A really nice price point with that discount as well, and it's just so pretty. You know, you can really build these up as much or as little as you want, but it's a very, very wearable blush if you are a blush phobe or someone who's just a little nervous of blush or you have a very fair skin. These have beautiful buildable formulas, very like beginner blush phobe friendly, such a perfect like everyday blush, will go with any makeup look. Now, a product from Pat McGrath that I actually think is amazing but I barely ever talk about or use is her foundation. The most beautiful foundation bottle I think I've ever seen. I think it even tops my Ford Shade Illuminate. It's like a perfume bottle. It's stunning. Now, the reason I don't talk about this one so much is because it's just not like a glowy, luminous, dewy foundation, which is my preference and that I just love for myself. But this is a great foundation. It's a natural finish, very skin-like, very flexible coverage. So you can really go with a light coverage or you can build up and get pretty much like a medium to full. Very flattering, perfect for mature skin, wears really nicely. One of the best shade/undertone ranges on the market. It's pricey. So again, 30% off is appreciated because it's delightful. The bottle is stunning. The undertones are so natural and understated that they are just really, really workable. Really one of the rare foundation ranges that has like multiple olive undertones as well, which I really appreciate because I've got a perfect match. This is my winter shade 14. I think my summer is 18. Both perfect natural undertones for my olive skin. And yeah, such a beautiful everyday foundation. If you are like me and you like a bit of extra glow, it's not glowy. That's why I don't use this so much or rave about it so much, because it is a more sort of natural skin-like finish. But if that's more your jam, you have an oilier skin type, then it's beautiful. Very, very natural, easygoing, and very versatile for any occasion. There's no SPF, so it's a perfect occasion. Wedding foundation, beautiful, and 30% off, yes please, because she's pricey. Now, from a product that I haven't talked about on my channel very often to two products that I just won't stop banging on about forever is the concealer and the under eye powder. These are the ultimate combination, okay? The concealer, she's full coverage, she's creamy, she's light, she does not crease. And again, you've got the benefit of that undertone and shade range selection that you'll find, you know, there's a shade for everybody. One of Pat McGrath's most reasonably priced products, but you know, 30% off is still nothing to be sniffed at. And if you can wait for a sale and save yourself a few precious pounds, you know, look after the pounds and the, wait, what? Look after the pounds and the grands will look after themselves. Does that work? Even slightly? But this is like holy grail status concealer. It's one of, if not my favorite concealer forever. I have repurchased it in multiple shades over and over again. I can't live without it. I've never been out of stock of this concealer since the day we met. She's amazing, never let me down, wears incredibly well, very flattering on the under eye area. I've got so many people onto this concealer, I can't even tell you. Everyone and their nan is wearing this now because I won't stop going on about it. But yeah, if you've been waiting to try it, now is the perfect time. And its little friend, the setting powder. I have this in all three, no wait, I think there's 4 shades. Is there 4 shades? I have this in 3 shades, the light, the yellow and the medium. I tend to use the light in winter along with sometimes the yellow, then I use the yellow in summer. The medium I like to use to set the concealer that I prime my eyes for eyeshadow with, because it's a little dark for me. I can use it in summer, but I do prefer the yellow shade. This is the smoothest, most flattering powder on the under eye area. So finely milled, so light, so smoothing and blurring on the under eye area. It's absolutely perfect. I will not put anything else under there. Okay, I don't want anything else on my under eye bags than this. Again, it's another product from Pat McGrath that I think is really reasonably priced. Obviously it is Diddy, but it's not an all over face setting powder. It is for the under eye area especially, and it's an absolute dream and a delight. Another product from Pat McGrath that I just refuse to run out of. I'm always restocking. I've always got multiple shades in my drawer because it's just the only powder that I want under my eyes. All the other powders are not good. That one, phenomenal. Probably one of Pat McGrath's like most underrated products are her lip products. I feel like they just kind of get lost among, you know, the eyeshadow and the base products. We forget because they've also been around for a long time. So I feel like we all, you know, loved them when they first came out, and then we moved on to her newer products. But her mattes, this is the shade Obsessed, and pardon? The pigmentation in this bad boy is insane. This is the perfect bright orange red. Her mattes are not like flat matte. They are definitely like have a bit of luminosity. They're like a luminous matte, but the pigmentation is insane. They're so creamy and so smooth, so incredibly pigmented. They give you the crispest, most impactful finish and lip. You've got some gorgeous colors. This is my favorite shade because it's just special and bright and so fun, and it really has so much impact. Whenever I wear this, I get so many questions. What shade is that? What shade is that on your lips? Because it's just so dramatic and beautiful and eye-catching because of the amount of opacity to it. So creamy and comfortable, really nicely wearing on the lips, not drying. Amazing matte lipstick formula. Next up, let's talk about Pat McGrath's highlighters. Definitely my favorite brand for highlighters. I'm obsessed. Every time they bring out a highlighter, it's stunning. They've got very different formulas. You know, the Divine Rose highlighter, that's like my holy grail, is this really thin sort of gel hybrid type formula. These permanent highlighters are more of a classic powder highlighter. They're so beautiful, so fine, and they really just melt into the skin, and they're so light and buttery, and they are just delightful on the skin. There are so many shades to choose from as well, which is again really rare to find with highlighters. So there's something for like every skin tone. Really beautiful, really like reflective and glossy wet skin. Really one of my all-time favorite highlighters. The permanent line from Pat McGrath, you can't go wrong. I feel like her limited edition in the black packaging are usually a bit more sparkly and glittery, and then her Divine Rose was a completely other formula altogether. This is more so like your standard powder highlight, but in such a nice, easy to work with formula, melts into the skin, but gives you the impact that you want. Perfect little product. Now, of course, in a Pat McGrath like top 10, we couldn't just have one eyeshadow palette. That would be ridiculous. My second recommendation is Velvet Liaison. I'm concerned that this is going to disappear one day because it's so special. It's like the perfect everyday neutral palette. The undertones in here are so clever and so natural. It's just, I fell head over heels in love with it. And I know to like some people this will look so boring and but if you like no makeup, if you like natural, neutral, matte eyeshadows, these are so smooth, so flattering on like mature eyes, if you have texture, and it's just something special about the tones of these shadows. They're so natural, and even like the ones that kind of look a bit plummy, actually on the eye, they're such a clever natural shadow tone to them. They just sculpt out your eye area, and it's so flattering. The perfect lid shade, the most perfect lid shade I've ever used in like this type of palette, to the point where this has now overtaken Bieber from Natasha Denona as like my favorite neutral, natural, no makeup palette. It's so easy to use. The shadows blend themselves. They're very buildable, very idiot proof, and I would know. I'm allowed to say that, you are not. Okay. And lastly, the Satin Allure lipsticks. These are her satin alluring lipstick formula. Groundbreaking information. Obviously, these are her more satin lipsticks. So they have that shine and that sheen. They're a bit more versatile in the amount of opacity. You can kind of get a sheerer wash of colour, or you can build it up to a sort of medium opacity. These are kind of your daytime, these are your nighttime, if you want to think of it like that. Glossy, shiny, healthy lips. The shade I have on today is Untamed Desire. It's the perfect like 90s lip. I absolutely love this shade. It's just so bronzy goddessy 90s to me, and I really love the creamy but glossy finish that these give you. They have like the perfect amount of versatility when it comes to how much impact you want. There's a huge range of shades and they're divided into warm and cool undertones, so you know exactly what you're getting with the colors. I don't love this packaging, you guys know. The bow is not for me. But that aside, great, lovely formulas, beautiful shades, can't go wrong. Just pick your favorite color. You won't be disappointed. They're so comfortable, creamy, like feel like a really nice balm on the lips, but gorgeous colors. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 recommendations for this Pat McGrath 30% off sale. This is your friendly reminder that you do not have to shop this sale. If you're waiting for a sale on these products, this is what I would recommend. If you've been waiting to try Pat McGrath for the first time, waiting for a saving, or you've been thinking I'm going to buy a Mothership and you've had your eye on one for a while, now is your time. But you know, if you have a lot of Pat McGrath, if you weren't interested in these products at full price, don't get conned into buying everything just because it's on sale. If you chose to skip it at full price, it's not cheaper if you weren't going to buy it. Just remember that. If you were going to skip on these products, it's not cheaper than not buying them. Just remember that, okay? Sale shopping is for saving money on products you wanted or were going to buy anyway. Don't let them win. Okay, don't let them take your money if you weren't going to give it to them in the first place. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 recommendations for the Pat McGrath sale. Please let me know if you're shopping it or if you're waiting for the next one or you're just skipping it all together. You already have all the Pat McGrath you could possibly ever want, like me. Please let me know what you're interested in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.